What's your opinion about Rodgers? You think the Packers should sit him right now? What's your 2 cents on that with Jordan Love?
Yeah, so the Packers have, I believe, a 3% chance of making the playoffs. Essentially what that means is they have to win out, and they got to get a boatload of help from everybody else around the league just to be in contention for a wild card spot.
Mm-hmm.
So in that regard, the best thing for the organization is to play Jordan Love. Yes, everybody in that locker room is showing up every Sunday, Thursday, or Monday to win football games, and Aaron Rodgers gives them the best chance to win. But for their foreseeable future, they need to know right now whether Jordan Love is their quarterback of the future. They got 5 games left. Give Jordan Love those 5 games to go out there and prove that he's either the guy or he's not the guy. 3 years ago, he was drafted. He hasn't had significant playing time in any of those years. Aaron Rodgers is not going to play for another 5 to 7 years, and they need to know next year, are we building again to build around Aaron Rodgers, because they are. They paid him for 2-3 years more. Or are we now starting over the clock, going to decline Jordan Love's 5th-year option and look for Rodgers' replacement in the next draft or the next draft? I think that's important for them. They're a long-term thinking organization. That's why they went and got those young wide receivers and let go of Devontae Adams, which was a mistake. But they need to know that, and if they can't get in the playoffs, or really it's bleak for them to get in the playoffs, play Jordan Love. You know what Aaron Rodgers is going to give you. You owe him $60 million next year anyway. You might as well find out if you have your quarterback of the future.
And you also know very well Lamar Jackson, Robert Griffin III, and you saw, I'm sure, his clap back on Twitter, and John Harbaugh, I think, rightfully called it out of character for him, but it was very profane, and it was also showing that he's hearing the criticism and bothered by some of it. And I'm wondering what you make of that and the Ravens' opportunity in front of Lamar Jackson right now. Robert, what do you think?
Yeah, it's a couple things, Rich. Lamar definitely showed his frustration. You know, you never want to do that, but I made mistakes like that when I was a 23, 24-year-old quarterback in the NFL using Twitter as well, so I understand it from that point. 2, the South Florida definitely came out of Lamar. Was it out of character? 100% out of character for him to say something like that on a public forum where millions of people can go out there and see it. And, you know, that's why he ultimately ended up deleting it, because somebody got in his ear and said, hey, you shouldn't be doing that. And he shouldn't have said what he said, and he understands that too. The third thing is, a lot of people are saying that because of the way Lamar is playing this year, he shouldn't get the contract that he's demanding. And I vehemently deny that, don't disagree with it wholeheartedly. Lamar has earned the contract that he's going to get because of his play throughout his career. It's not just this year in a vacuum. And I think the Ravens might be a little bit discouraged in paying Lamar because of what happened with Joe Flacco. They paid Joe Flacco after he won the Super Bowl. You know, he bet on himself, went and got it done. And then they proceeded to miss the playoffs, I believe, either 4 out of the next 5 years or 4 out of the next 6 years. And they weren't able to pay other guys and build a team around Joe to help him be successful. I think that might be something to do with why they're a little reluctant to pay him and kind of letting this draw out. But the Chiefs have shown you and the Bills have shown you that you can pay your quarterback a boatload of money and still go build around him through the draft, through free agency, paying a few select high-priced guys that are difference makers, and still be in contention every single year. So I think Lamar is just tired of people kind of tying his play this year to the money that he should get. And I understand that. Just keep it off of social.
Yeah, I'm not hearing Odell and the Ravens in the same sentence, because it sounds like, I know they got Deshaun Jackson, but man, Odell would be exactly what they kind of need here. You know, I mean, it does appear that's missing from their game.
Yeah,
right now.
Yeah, with Rashad Bateman being out, Rich, it's hurt them a lot. Mark Andrews' his production has been down.
Sure.
Not that he's a different player, but people are keying in on him, trying to shut him down now. So OBJ would be a great fit in Baltimore, but I've said this time and time again, I'm sure you've heard it, Rich.
Yep.
The free agent receivers, they're not going to want to go to Baltimore just because of the way that they run their system. Now it's been a little more pass happy this year, and I think that would be great for Lamar to get a guy like OBJ. He's never truly had a guy like that in his career, but I think OBJ is more so looking at the Cowboys, going back home to the Giants, or possibly the Buffalo Bills, because those quarterbacks are known for throwing the football 35, 40 times a game. Hopefully Dak doesn't do that, because that'll be really bad for the Cowboys offense. That's not when they're their best. But OBJ, I don't think that he would want to go to Baltimore.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.